Match for me. I don't want to speak about conclusions because it's a too strong word, but I would say some important information. I give you clearly a positive example because the positive examples are easier. Today I learned a lot about Foyt. Didn't play 1 minute with me until today, and I learned more in these 90 minutes than in 2 or 3 weeks of work without playing. So no conclusions, but good information. And of course we played against a very good team, and is the best test is when you play against good players and good teams.
So you're not too bothered about the result? You're going to use this for education, experience?
I would prefer to win. I would prefer to draw. I would prefer Sonny to score in the last minute and lose 3-2 rather than 3-1, of course. But we knew that the match was important for other reasons, and of course we didn't want a result that leaves a shadow on us. So I think positive things about many of the boys, and some important information for me.
And Ryan Sessegnon took this goal well, and that was a great finish.
That's his quality. That's a quality that we know he has. He arrives always in dangerous positions. He is a good finisher. He has a lot to improve. He lost too many individual duels. He has to learn how to use his body. He was playing against experienced players, Pavard and Boateng coming for cover. So he has a lot to develop, but the potential is there.
Thanks, Jose.
Thank you.
So, there you have it.
Can't wait.
Yeah,
can't wait.
good,
We're picking our destinations where we want to go. You want Chelsea can get Barca, they can get. Would be nice for us to go there, wouldn't it? But
we'll talk about that a little later. Who can play who, and etc. etc. But Tottenham are through. We knew that. Bayern Munich. This is the game we had to do tonight. It's one of those where the stakes weren't that high, and that always plays a little bit on the conscience, doesn't it? Yeah,
and that's where professionalism comes in. That's where the manager has to get his players tuned in. We've been in that situation before, where you're playing in a meaningless game. The group's over, and you've got to pick yourself up. As hard as that may seem from a fan's point of view, you're playing at the Allianz away to Bayern Munich, but there's nothing riding on the game. So the intensity might drop a little bit. And
even if it's just a subconscious, it's not deliberate.
You don't mean it, but that just happens. But I thought Bayern, they really kind of, as Crouchy said, they kind of toyed with Spurs at times, and they run out easy winners.
I think games like that, it's easier if you're playing at home. Because you've got your crowd behind you. And at the moment, Bayern Munich needs results, actually. And he's put a strong team out, so it's on you a little bit. In the end, they coasted through the game. But I think when you go away from home and you play a lesser team, it's tough. You're at home, your crowd, all your crowd's there, your home crowd's there. It's just on your shoulders to go out there and perform a bit more.
So hard mentally, I think, in those games, as Rio was saying there, when you know you're through, it's just so bizarre, isn't it, to get yourself up for it. But you've got, what you've got to do is just...
It's sort of like a pre-season friendly in some ways, isn't it?
Yeah, you just got to forget that's ever happened. Remember, the last game you played was 5-0 at Burnley.
Is there a danger it'll affect Tottenham's momentum that they got going pretty well?
I don't think so. No? Like you say, there's so many chances, so many changes to the team, and there were some plus points. Obviously, Sessegnon coming in and scoring a lovely goal. This Bayern were too strong for them in the end.
Yeah. OK, let's remind ourselves of how Bayern achieved their success this evening, starting with, the unfortunate Kingsley Coman, because it looks like he might have a serious injury. Hope not, but...
Yeah, it was, and I think we spoke about Lascelles getting back in goal side. He's not defensive-minded at all, and it shows here. And his lack of awareness kind of affects Peters' position. He overcovers, and Coman there is very clinical.
Like he did at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, didn't he?
Exactly. Very, very clinical. Great finish. So, but
does really well to run round it. Gets his body right round it, doesn't he, to make sure he can curl it round the keeper.
Yep, the high point of Tottenham's evening, Peter, was that goal from Ryan Sessegnon, his first start for the club. It's been a long wait, obviously having had such injury problems.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't see much of him in the second half. We didn't see much of Tottenham, to be quite honest, second half, and he was a part of that. But I have to say, he took his goal really, really well. And having been out for so long, I mentioned it at half-time, he could have easily slashed at that, but he's waited a couple of bounces, which is onside, as we can see. A couple of bounces, took his time and lashed it in great finish.
There you go.
He's done well to leave it, to let it drop. Sometimes you can take that a little bit too early when the ball's not dropped down.
Well, let's hear from the young man, Ryan Sessegnon. He's with Des Kelly.
Ryan, a reshuffled side.
Where a young Real Madrid side beat Club Bruges, two young stars scoring there, Rodrigo and Vinicius Junior. PSG comfortably beat Galatasaray. Amongst the goal scorers there, Neymar, Mbappe and Cavani from the penalty spot. Olympiacos sneaked into the Europa League by beating Red Star Belgrade. Manchester City won earlier in the day by 4-1, a hat-trick for Jesus and a goal for Phil Foden. And Atalanta, having lost their first 3 games, managed to qualify for the knockout stage. Atletico Madrid did what they had to do, beat Lokomotiv, and they qualified alongside Juventus, who won 2-0 with goals from Ronaldo and Higuain. And that leaves us with our final 16. The draw is, of course, on Monday, and well, all 4 English clubs are through. Looking at that there, all the giants, couple that have missed out, probably surprisingly so, Ajax and Inter Milan.
If you don't take your chances against the big teams, you will get punished. But yeah, they did have chances as well, to be fair to them, but they're a good side. We always knew coming here would be tough, but yeah, we gave it a go and just disappointed that we didn't get the win today.
They did dominate possession, particularly in the second half. That must have been a problem. You're chasing the game all the time.
Yeah, definitely. I think coming here, we knew they would have lots of the ball, and it's hard when they're switching the play from one side to the other, and we're just chasing the ball and stuff like that. But I think we did get into good positions once we got the ball in the transition. And yeah, like I say, on another day, if we take them chances, we get something out of the game.
How did you feel personally? Because your first start, you got a goal as well.
Yeah, I felt good. I felt good. Physically towards the end, I was tired a little bit, but in myself, I felt good. To get the goal was a special moment for me on my first start, so yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, you leathered it in. And you are the youngest Tottenham Champions League scorer. That's an early record for you.
Yeah, I didn't know that actually, but yeah, that's a good record to hold. Yeah.
Do you think it's kickstart your career now? Because at Tottenham, of course, because you've had those injuries, you've been waiting for these moments.
Definitely, that's what I want to do. Of course, yeah, like you say, I come injured to the club. It was difficult at the start, but like I say, I'm back in the team now. Just want to keep trying to get minutes under my belt, start more games and impact games. Yeah.
Thanks very much.
Thank you. Cheers.
Lovely that, wasn't it? When he did, just his eyes just lit up, didn't they? When he said, "You're the youngest ever Tottenham scorer in the Champions League." You could see actually he genuinely liked it.
He was pleased with that. Yeah, he deserved it.
Yeah, so should be. Having said that, Bayern Munich then largely dominated the game after that, and a familiar old goal scorer scored a very familiar goal for Thomas Muller.
Yeah, I mean, he's a fantastic footballer in terms of, like, he's not got outrageous pace. He has, like I said before, he doesn't do ridiculous bits of skill to break free from people, but he just has that knack of being in the right place at the right time.
He's the archetypal poacher, isn't he?
Exactly, and he's a much-loved figure as well by Munich as well. You go there, and he's really one of the cult figures there. Experience as well.
And a comedian, apparently.
Yeah, and so they say so. But he came on and he done what he does best, and that is
goal of the night. This one.
Oh. Yeah, technically, without a doubt. Yeah. And we've seen it, as JJ said in commentary, we've seen it time and time again when he was at Liverpool. But you know what he's going to do, but you can't stop it. If you get that much space, you can't close him down on his right foot. He shifts it anyway. Keeper probably knows he's going there, but can't get across in time. We were saying, can he move his feet a little bit quicker and a little bit, another step there he needed to get it. He took off early, but it was a fabulous goal, wasn't it? Great technique.
I have to say, I love watching Coutinho play. Every time he gets the ball, gets you off your seat. It's great to watch.
A lovely footballer, that's for sure. Let's hear from the Tottenham manager, Jose Mourinho. He's with Des.
Toying with them at times, Coutinho, Thiago were taking the mick a little bit, but we can't read too much. There's no panic for Spurs. It was a much changed side, and I'm sure they'll be back to their best on the weekend.
OK, let's have a look what significance that holds for Group B. There you can see, obviously, Bayern Munich comfortable winners, 6 games, 6 wins, and plus 19 goal difference. is pretty special. Tottenham, as we knew before the game, are through in second place. The interesting factor is that Olympiacos have leapfrogged above Red Star Belgrade. They're still playing injury time. In fact, it's just finished, I'm hearing. So Olympiacos will go into the Europa League. There's plenty of live Premier League football over the Christmas period here on BT Sport. This Saturday, it's top against bottom as Liverpool take on Watford. The following Saturday, Everton meet Arsenal at Goodison Park. Both those are lunchtime kickoffs. On the 28th, it's a 7:45 kickoff for Burnley against Manchester United. Then on New Year's Day, BT Sport will show all 9 games live across the day, as well as Liverpool against Sheffield United on the 2nd.
Tottenham and Chelsea as group runners up. They can't play Manchester City or Liverpool. The draw comes your way on Monday. All 4 English teams are through. That's the great news.